Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out. This is episode 242. Hope you're having a good one, and thank you for tuning into the program. Also, a happy Easter to those who celebrate, a happy Passover to our Jewish listeners, and to our Muslim listeners of Tech It Out, Ramadan Mubarak, if I'm saying that correctly. All the best, everyone, however you're spending your time. Hopefully with family and friends. Well, we have a great show planned for you today with 4 different guests. We're going to celebrate National Scrabble Day with a free new game at Scrabble.com. Tech expert Carley Knobloch will join us to chat about gadgets for connected moms. ViewSonic will stop by to talk about what to look for in a new computer monitor. And finally, we'll learn about a new portable projector called the Samsung Freestyle. It's pretty wild. All of this and more on an all-new Tech It Out, powered by ASUS for those in search of incredible. I'll tell you more about ASUS shortly, but let's get to our first interview. Well, it was a big week for Scrabble fans. First, on Wednesday, April 13th, it was the birthday of the inventor of Scrabble, Alfred Butts, who created the iconic word game back in 1933, which is why April 13th is now known as National Scrabble Day. But also, a brand new and free-to-play Scrabble game launched at Scrabble.com, created by Scopely and Hasbro. Joining us to chat about this new game, the significance of Scrabble, and some tips to mastering the GAME, we are joined by Scrabble champion Will Anderson. Hi, Will. How are you?
Hey, Mark. Great to be here.
Thanks so much for carving out some time to chat. Tell us about your work. I understand you're both a Scopely employee, the folks that made the Scrabble Go app, the game, and the website, but you're also a Scrabble champ, as I mentioned.
Yeah, so this really is, working for Scopely on the Scrabble project is a little bit of a dream job for me. I started out as just a player, a tournament player. That was mostly just a hobby. I never imagined that it would become a job. I worked for years as a textbook editor, so working with words, but never imagining becoming sort of a professional Scrabble worker in any way. But Scopely reached out to me and sort of shared their vision for the future of Scrabble. And that included Scrabble.com, which was really exciting for me to hear that Scopely was building an entirely new platform, a web-based, free-to-play platform, and basically said, hey, we Scopely said to me, we would love your help with this. Awesome. And it was really amazing to hop aboard the company and work on projects like this for a living.
Yeah. So in a moment, I do want you to share with our listeners what's new at Scrabble.com. But first, the game itself. All right. 89 years old. It is the OG of word games. Word games remain super popular today. They're entertaining. They keep your brain sharp. And it's a great way to connect with others, whether you're playing like an old-fashioned board game, maybe during the pandemic, during a quarantine, or you're playing online, which is what you can do with Scrabble Go on a phone, or we're going to hear about Scrabble.com in a moment. But it's more than just a game, right? I mean, this has some rich history too.
Yeah, the fact that Scrabble's been around for not quite 90 years now and has remained such an iconic game and such a part of our cultural conversation of, which games are important to us, which games are relevant. Scrabble has been relevant for pretty much its entire lifespan. That's really rare for a game to have that kind of staying power. And I think that speaks to just that perfect formula that Scrabble has in it. And it just combines all of these wonderful elements. And as you said, it is an incredible way to connect with family and friends. I think that Scrabble is a game that many of us learn with our family members. My mom taught me to play Scrabble when I was, 10 or so years old. And I think many people learn the game that way. So it has a very special place in the hearts of a lot of people. And it's just this perfect blend. We know it as this word game, the grandfather of all word games, but it's still fresh, right? It has this ability to stay fresh. Every game different from the last, never gets old. And I just think it's the perfect game.
Yeah. And speaking of which, I play with my mom too, the Scrabble Go app.
For sure.
So yeah, and she's in her 80s and we play daily, and it's a great way, and we can, keep in touch and have a little bit of fun and healthy competition as well. She's like, okay, son, I know you're a journalist. Stop showing off. And some celebrities play Scrabble too, right?
Yeah, Scrabble being universal, it definitely extends to famous people. I've seen these iconic pictures of, the members of the band Queen playing Scrabble incessantly on their tour bus. And, Scrabble used to be on the Jimmy Kimmel show every year. I know that Shaquille O'Neal is purportedly a huge fan of Scrabble, lots of different actors and actresses. So it really is very universal in its appeal.
Awesome. All right. So without further ado, Will, let's hear all about the new Scrabble.com game.
Yeah, we're really excited about this. It's just a new web-based platform, free to play. The thing that I'm so excited about is that it combines that classic gameplay that we're used to when we're playing family and friends, breaking out that physical board over the table. It has that same feel, that classic feel, combined with a really modern, sleek interface that, it looks like was, made in 2022, even though that classic feel is still there from Scrabble, the way we learned it and know it. And the other thing that's really exciting about Scrabble.com is that it's going to be more than just a place to play Scrabble. It has so much else that any lover of Scrabble can really dig into. It has a word finder, a dictionary lookup tool. It has a forum where you can connect with other fans of the game from all over the world. And if you're looking to improve your game, it's going to have a blog. And I myself have written a bunch of blog articles with tips and tricks to help you improve your game. So really, it's going to be a wonderful place to play, but even more so, a great place to just share your love of Scrabble in as many ways as possible. So it's really exciting.
And in up to 8 languages, right? You can play online against others. So why don't we cover the different ways you can play, including by yourself if you just want to sharpen your craft?
Yeah, for sure. So there's always computer opponents that you can play. If you're just looking to get a game literally instantaneously, you can log on and play our computer opponent as fast as possible. But of course, there will also be ways to jump into a matchmaking queue and find somebody that's appropriate for your skill level. And of course, you'll be able to send a direct request to a friend or somebody that you know and link up with a very specific person that you'd like to play. So lots of different options to play on Scrabble.com.
All right, so you can play by yourself, which is really against the computer, and with varying difficulty levels too, we should add. You can jump into an instant game with anyone around the world who's willing to play at that same time. Or as you said, Will, you can also invite a friend to play. And unlike the Scrabble Go app from Scopely, Will, we should clarify that this is a live game. So it's not like you can take turns and 2 days later reply with another word. That's not what this is all about at this point.
That's right. Yeah. The games on Scrabble.com currently take place live. So you'll notice when you sign up and start playing that you have a timer that you need to execute all of your moves in the game. It might be, 45 minutes to play all of your moves, or it could be as quick as 3 minutes if you're really looking for an action-packed dose of Scrabble in a really, really tight time frame.
We are chatting with Will Anderson, Scrabble champion, as well as Scopely employee. What's your title, by the way, at Scopely?
My title is Scrabble Expert Manager, which I think that must be I must have the only position with that title that exists.
And so. I saw through Scopely, you shared what the highest scoring word could be, which is an astounding 1,778 points. And that word is oxyphenbutazone, which is an anti-inflammatory, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those classic
Can you
words
imagine getting that? Wow.
Well, theoretically, you could play that, but ultimately, a word like that is going to take a lot of cooperation by both players to actually play. So, kudos to, I know that some folks out there have managed to actually get that word onto the board. So kudos to whoever's done that.
Awesome. Speaking of playing the game, why don't we end off on a couple of quick tips for our listeners who enjoy playing Scrabble, whether it's the traditional board game or at the new Scrabble.com.
Yeah, so obviously my quickest tips, there's lots of ways to improve at Scrabble. And that's part of what makes Scrabble such an alluring game, is that even for me, who has won a national championship, I feel like I'm still learning more and more about this game. But if you're just starting out and wondering what is the fastest way that I can improve, the most common tip that you'll see is to really master those 2-letter words, those shorter words. And it's not even that those shorter words are going to be all that you play, but learning the 2-letter words gives you more options for the words that you see on your rack. It really is the foundation for Scrabble play to know those 2-letter words. It helps you make overlapping plays when you have a word that's on the board and you have a word that you'd like to play right on top or underneath or to the side of that word.
Right. All right, then finally, Will, the best place to get going. I think I know the answer to this. What's the best website?
Scrabble.com. Yeah.
Easy to remember.
Yep. Easy to remember. It's, priceless internet real estate there. And, as excited as I am for the launch of Scrabble.com, even more excited for what it's going to be in the years to come as we continue to add more exciting features.
Will Anderson, great to chat with you. Thanks so much, including those great tips. I appreciate your time very much.
Thanks, Mark. Really appreciate having me on.
This show, Tech It Out, is powered by ASUS for those in search of incredible. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, including its line of award-winning laptops, like its ZenBooks and VivoBooks, powered by Windows 11. Tech it out at asus.com. We'll be right back with more Tech It Out when we talk gadgets for connected moms. We'll be right back.
Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want. Find the Tech It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Tech It Out. We're all relying more on technology these days, let's face it, more than ever before. And so we have tech lifestyle expert and mom Carley Knobloch here with us today with a rundown of ideas that she likes at home and for busy parents. Hi, Carley. Good to chat with you again. It's been a couple of months.
I know, Mark. Always great to talk to you. And I partnered with some great brands that I definitely think will make life at home a little easier and a little more fun.
So why don't we dive right in with that in mind? With all this tech that we have today, how can we possibly reduce screen time for our kids?
Yes, we definitely are looking for screen-free tech time. It's always welcome in the mix. And I have a product here today called the Tony Box. It's so cute. It's a little screen-free speaker system that allows kids ages 3 and up to unlock different songs and stories using these magnetic figures called Tonys. So you just magnetically put this little action figure on top of the box and it plays you all these cute songs and stories. It's so great for, just downtime with the kids, playtime, bedtime, even when you're on the go. And then the starter kits for these start at $99.99, and you can find over 75 of your child's favorite characters like Wild Kratts and Peppa Pig and Paw Patrol, Disney princesses. They're all at tonys.com. And so your kids can collect these and then they just clunk right on top and they have some nice company from their favorite characters.
Yeah. No screens, which parents like, but also this like soft smart speaker, if you will, also doesn't give you access to the internet that parents may not want either for their little ones, to ask anything and you don't know what you're going to hear. It's not like that. It only plays the songs or stories that are connected to the action figures that you play on top. Plus, I really like, Carley, how with the Tony's app, mom, dad, grandparents, they can record messages for their little ones that they can hear also on their Tony box, which is really a cute idea. So that's the Tony box. Now let's talk about a couple of home tech trends that we should know about.
Yes. So first I have a robot that cleans up after you and looks good doing it. It is a very premium robot vacuum from Ecovacs. It's called the D-Bot X1 Omni. This thing is multi-featured, to put it mildly. It vacuums, it mops, it auto empties itself, it auto washes and dries its own mop heads. It even refills its own water tank, making it truly hands-free. It's pretty amazing. Plus, it looks like a piece of art as it glides around your home. It uses advanced technology found in self-driving cars to learn the layout of your house more quickly. It even has automated carpet detection. So it knows exactly where to vacuum and then where to start mopping. So it knows that it's not going to start mopping your rug. It's going to know where it is at all times, and it's going to clean accordingly.
Awesome. So you said it's a premium model, and it looks it, by the way. What's the price point for the EcoVacs?
Yeah, so this is $1,549. So this is definitely a luxury purchase, but it's going to basically take care of so much work for you for so long. I mean, a lot of these robot vacuums are really powerful. They're great, but you do have to empty their, containers of dust and do a lot of cleaning and maintenance with them on a regular basis. This one is really meant to sort of take care of all of that for weeks at a time. So you're paying for the real hands-offness of it all.
Yeah, I get it. Time is money.
Yep.
And that's the Dbot X1 Omni. So now why don't we step into the bathroom where there's some high-tech stuff as well.
Yeah, let's step into the bathroom, shall we?
That just sounds so awkward, but I'm trying to think of a fun segue.
No, it's a good segue.
Carly, let's step into the bathroom. Okay.
Yes, I've got two Kohler products that are fantastic. The first one is the C3430 bidet seat. This is a great upgrade for your existing toilet. So as long as you have an outlet near the toilet, you can swap out your seat with this one, add heated seat and water cleansing functionality. Plus, it cleans its own wand with UV light. It has a remote for easy use, and it's got a night light too. So it's this really full-featured toilet seat that makes, your bathroom much more luxurious.
So this isn't a separate bidet. This is a seat that you place on your existing toilet, right?
Yeah, this is such a lovely trend because it means that people don't have to start ripping things out of their bathroom. They can just add this quite easily and have this incredible luxury upgrade.
And we all know how in demand toilet paper was during the pandemic. So that's a thing of the past, I guess, now.
Right. I mean, not to go TMI with this, but yes, you can definitely adjust your habits in that regard. And then we've got the DTV Plus digital showering interface, which lets you start your day in a very personalized way. It's got a beautiful touchscreen and 6 user presets. So you can program your morning shower routine down to every element from water and steam to music and light. And it just makes it so easy to step into the shower at the exact temperature that you want and have a whole choreographed situation that, sort of turns your shower more into like a wellness feature.
Awesome. And then we can get prices again at techformoms.com and even see these products. We're chatting with Carley Knobloch, tech lifestyle expert and mom. Why don't we end off on something to make our homes more eco-friendly? I know Earth Day is around the corner.
Absolutely. And we're always looking for ways to save more energy. I have here the ecobee smart thermostat with voice control. It's a great solution, smart thermostat that lets you control your home's temperature while saving up to 26% on annual heating and cooling costs. Works with Google Home and Amazon Alexa voice control.
And Siri as well.
Yeah. Plus, the thermostat can double as your home monitoring hub, turning into a home security system with the Smart Security with Professional Monitoring feature. You can add smart sensors, and now you are sort of protected against break-ins, fires, frozen pipes, and you're saving energy at the same time. And that piece of it is only $10 a month.
And then, Carly, where can we go for more info and to see these products in action, as I mentioned?
Yeah, all of that at techformoms.com.
All right, techformoms.com. Love that URL. Great to chat with you. Carley Knobloch, have a great spring. I hope we can chat again soon.
Thanks, Mark. Always fun to talk to you.
When we return on Tech It Out, what to look for in a new computer monitor in 2022. We'll catch up with the president of ViewSonic Americas. We'll be right back.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. Given how much time you likely spend in front of your laptop or desktop, whether it's for work or play, school, shopping, whatever, social media, it may be time to upgrade your monitor to something bigger so you can multitask smoothly and something more comfortable as well, to reduce any wear and tear on your body while you're on your PC, Mac, or Chromebook for so long. To talk with us about the latest in monitor features to look for in 2022, we're joined by the leaders in this space, ViewSonic. And on the line, we have Jeff Volpe, president of ViewSonic ViewSonic Americas. Welcome back to the show, Jeff. Good to chat with you again.
It's been a long time, and it's great to hear your voice and be back to share some tech talk with you.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks again. Now, before we talk about what to look for in a new computer monitor, tell us a bit about ViewSonic. I know our listeners know your logo, right? It's like 3 colorful finches, if I'm not mistaken. And the company's turning 35. Is that right?
This is a fun time. Indeed, any milestone like this is wonderful, and ViewSonic certainly has that popular, colorful logo of the 3 Gouldian finches. And we are a display company that is evolving like the world is evolving and bringing in new products and new solutions. And with the last 2 years of unusual challenges that we've all faced, we've had...
That's a nice way to put it.
Yeah, exactly. We've had some great challenges and we've had some great opportunities. We've really done a good job in bringing out some solutions to broaden the diversity of our product categories. Mm-hmm. And we've also enhanced our most popular product lineup, which is our monitor product lineup. We do a lot of now solutions for education and digital signage for corporations and collaboration spaces for the new office space.
Yeah.
And it's becoming a very large portion of our business. And in fact, we're the fastest growing educational supplier of interactive whiteboards and monitor devices to education in the U.S. So we're having a lot of success and a lot of fun sticking to what we know, which is displays.
Yeah, congrats on that. And I'll have you back on the show if you're game at some point to talk digital whiteboards, interactive whiteboards. And I know you do projectors and other things. But I really wanted to invite you on to chat about computer monitors, something that a lot of us consider for a laptop and, of course, a desktop, which is required there. So what's the first thing you need to ask yourself, Jeff? Is it, what will I use the monitor for? Like, what does a consumer ask themselves before they buy?
There is a lot of exciting changes in the monitor category in terms of options. And yes, that creates some confusion, but here's a distillation of some of the things you want to look for. You want to look for, in my opinion, something that is high resolution that can handle all of the kinds of media that you're going to absorb or create. You're going to want to have a monitor that's big enough and either an ultra wide or curved to fit the environment you're going to put the monitor into and the productivity lifestyle that you're going to have. Are you going to have entertainment and spreadsheets and email going simultaneously? Do you have enough desk space? Are you going to mount it? Are you going to run a dual monitor? So resolution, size, and shape. You need to think about color accuracy. There are monitors that provide incredible color accuracy these days. Adobe color capabilities. In our lineup, we have a new VP3256 4K, which has extremely great color, connectivity, and resolution. And that's the next one, connectivity. We talk about HDMI, we talk about DisplayPort, but the rage and the trend is really looking for USB Type-C. And then the last thing you might want to look for if you're a gamer is something that has incredible refresh rates that allow you to eliminate all that fragmentation that you may have in a very fast-paced game or video that you might be consuming.
Yeah, great point. It has to keep up with the game itself. We'll get to gaming monitors in a moment, but you touched on things to look for when you're shopping for a monitor being size, where you're going to use it, what you're going to use it for, and having some versatility when it comes to connectivity options, which is key. So you brought up the VP3256 4K monitor. So much like your TV that you may have mounted to your wall, your computer monitor has gone 4K as well. This is ideal for work, right?
Well, the particular VP series is a high-end product that we recommend for productivity desks, for those looking at small spreadsheets, for content creators.
Right.
If you are photographers or pre-press or digital editors of video or any kind, you want a high-resolution, high-color accurate product that allows you to represent your work that you might be creating. So it is definitely not for the budgetary consumer.
Yeah, I understand. But you have affordable monitors for folks with a more modest budget as well.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I know that for sure. And then speaking of work, Jeff, and we'll get to some of the other applications shortly, like gaming. But what's new when it comes to portability for workers? From what I understand, there are these like portable monitors now, and what's the application for that?
Wonderful question. Yes, with the advent of remote workers and hybrid offices, the whole anywhere operations concepts now, where you might be doing work in a remote place, you can now have a couple of screens working simultaneously. So the application for these portable monitors is allowing you to have productivity capabilities wherever you may be setting up your office. And we have a number of different portable monitors, some touch, some not touch. And they really allow you to duplicate your notebook screen simply and easily with one cable and one plug into the wall that allow you to have a virtual office anywhere you might be. And we are getting a tremendous amount of demand for this. And it's one of the products that has just absolutely blossomed in this era of COVID.
And I heard that some of these portable monitors that have USB-C, something else you touched on earlier, can also connect to, say, like your Android phone. And then you're essentially turning this phone into a huge computer. And then you add like a Bluetooth keyboard and you're off to the races.
Yes, and it is exciting in that you can now transform the user interface from multiple devices into large screens, and it can be wired. And in some cases where there is a media player built into the back of a display device, like a commercial display, you can do it wirelessly via casting.
Very cool.
The ubiquity of displays being shared back and forth is becoming a reality today.
We're going to continue chatting with Jeff Volpe, president of ViewSonic Americas, when we return. There's a lot more to get to when it comes to buying a computer monitor for work, play, school, or perhaps all of the above. But the features you need may vary between the different applications. You are listening to Tech It Out. I'm your host, Mark Saltzman. We'll be right back with more ViewSonic. Stick with us.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Tech It Out, hosted by Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back, everyone. You're listening to Tech It Out, powered by ASUS for those in search of incredible. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life, including its line of award-winning laptops and desktops, mobile devices like smartphones, tablets, and even smartwatches, and a lot more. You can head over to asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. If you're just joining us now, and speaking of computers, we are chatting with Jeff Volpe. He is president of ViewSonic Americas. We're talking monitors, what to look for when you're shopping for a new computer monitor in 2022, whether you're using it for productivity's sake or for entertainment or a little bit of both. So why don't we talk entertainment, Jeff? So if you are a gamer, you touched on speed being important. What else should you look for when you're shopping for a gaming monitor?
Well, you certainly nailed it on the head that you have to have the technical capability built into that display to handle the intensity of gaming. There is no question that gamers are leading the edge of consuming content and high resolution content and speed, and they need that throughput. So there are many different monitors in our lineup under our Elite brand of monitors, which provide size options, connectivity options. Some of them have RGB lights that match your keyboard.
That's awesome. A little RGB action. Yeah, I love it.
RGB action going. So some people want that look and feel and style. So I think as a gamer, number one is technology. You've got to have that throughput and that resolution that matches the kind of gaming that you're going to do. I think there's a stylistic element to gaming, which combines style and status and form and function into the environment that you're going to be using it for. As you know, you may be using a 3-monitor solution for a sim game, or you may be using a single monitor that's 24-inch because you want to be able to see everything without having to move your peripheral vision around. So you really look for a monitor that can give you that refresh rate give you that color and speed and resolution that fits the kind of gaming you're going to be doing. And, ViewSonic, as you know, has hundreds of monitors. So we do have a variety of different flavors of our gaming products that people can choose from, all within the ViewSonic brand. So we're very excited about it. And entertainment and work at home is now really intersecting, if you will. And a lot of people who choose a gaming monitor, they're going to be using that monitor for work and what have you. And I tell you, if you grab a high-end gaming monitor, your work efforts are going to be fulfilled just fine.
Right. Maybe not the other way around. So that's a good point. Yeah.
Maybe not.
Yeah,
correct.
For sure. Of course. All right. So let's end off on ergonomics, how comfort is super important to your health while you're at your device for so long. So this is something that a lot of the ViewSonic monitors support, right? The ability to adjust the height and tilt and swiveling and all that?
We do pride ourselves in thinking about long-term use. And if you're an occasional user of a monitor, ergonomics may not be important, but most of us nowadays are finding ourselves in front of a screen, and we do need to have ergonomics. And there's two ways to achieve ergonomics. One is tilt, swivel, and height adjustments that come with the stand that we provide. But ViewSonic also has now invested a lot of money in arms that can be attached to your desk, and you can take the display of itself off of the stand and use our arms for different kinds of environments. So that way your posture is going to be right for the long term.
And I've seen people put their monitors on arms connected to a wall that they're beside, and it actually frees up desk space. So that's a solution as well.
That is a great point. And I'm going to bridge the gap from whether you have an arm mounted to a wall or a desk. It's all optional and capable from the products we provide. But that desk space free up reminds me to talk a little bit about one of the values of the USB-C connectivity, in that you can now have a USB-C device connected to your monitor, which allows you to not only have audio and visual, but also power. So you can remove a lot of cords from your desktop, including your monitor, and just have one cord connecting to your laptop. And then you have wireless mouse, wireless keyboard. You've got your display up off the ground, and you're connected to that notebook via USB-C, which allows you to charge your notebook or your other device that's connected into your display. Mm-hmm. So that ergonomic thing is also technically being enhanced by this new USB-C trend.
Yeah, it's all connected. I can see all these different themes that you're chatting about, how they're all interrelated. And there is I don't know if it's a blog post or an article, but at ViewSonic.com, it's called Office Ergonomics, the Complete Guide, that you've published. So I encourage our listeners to read about the importance of sitting comfortably at your computers. So the website to learn more, Jeff, is simply ViewSonic.com.
It's ViewSonic.com, and it connects to many of our sub-brands, My Viewboard software for collaboration, and many other articles that you've referenced. We also have our YouTube channel that has a plethora of information for people to learn about displays, desktop setups, ergonomics, gaming, and how you can become a certified teacher with us or a certified gamer with us. We've got a lot of fun things going out there for our customers and prospective ones. We're here to help get the most out of computing by lighting up your computer with one of our displays.
And on your YouTube channel, there might be a video of me interviewing you at an event from a couple of years ago. All the best, Jeff. Great to chat with you. Jeff Volpe, president of ViewSonic Americas, has been our guest. Good to chat with you, and I look forward to doing it again soon, hopefully in person.
Thank you so much for having me on the show, and you're always invited to come visit us in California and do this live.
That's a tough invitation to pass on. Thank you so much. All the best.
All right.
When we return on Tech It Out, we're going to learn about a new portable projector from Samsung called the Freestyle. It's got a ton of versatility and perfect for the spring and summer because you can even bring it outside or go glamping with it, splashing a movie against the side of a tent for the kids on a rainy day. So we're going to hear all about this product when we return on Tech It Out. We'll be right back.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
One of the more buzzworthy products at the 2022 Consumer Electronics Show, or CES, was Samsung's the Freestyle. It's a portable projector that's loaded with cool features, whether you're watching content at home or on the go. It's now available, and so I wanted to invite onto the show Jeff Ingram, National Training Manager at Samsung Electronics, to chat with us about the Freestyle. Welcome back to the program, Jeff. Good to chat with you again.
Yeah, thank you very much for having me, Mark.
Awesome. Are you ready to freestyle about this new product?
Oh, yeah. I love this thing. So, right. Yeah, very excited.
So with that in mind, why don't we just jump in? At a high level, what is the Freestyle all about?
The Freestyle is a small portable projector that you can really bring anywhere. And whether you're with power or without power, you're able to take this and create a screen anywhere from 30 inches in size all the way up to 100 inches in size. So the flexibility and the portability is really what makes this projector so exciting.
All right, so because this is radio, maybe we can explain what it looks like. I've got it here in my hand. It kind of looks like a portable to-go coffee mug kind of thing. Is that fair? Well, how would you describe it?
Very close. I mean, it's a cylindrical device. And, as you can see in front of you, there's a kind of a rubberized texture feel to it. The speaker is 360 degrees and it's on a 180 degree cradle stand. So it's very small, very compact, lightweight, easy to carry, which really makes it, exciting to be able to really bring it on the go, whether it's anywhere within your own home or perhaps maybe a cottage, or if you're going camping, or even to a friend's house.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you about some of the applications for a portable projector. So you can go camping this spring and splash a movie on the side of the tent for the kids, right?
Yep. So not without the worry of having to find a power outlet. So you can use an external battery connected to the USB-C connection on the device itself. So that gives you the flexibility of, let's say, on a 20,000 milliamp battery, you can get about 2 hours of viewing content. So whether you've got something on your mobile device or you're connecting something to the projector, you have 2 hours. The larger the capacity for the battery, the more time you have to be able to enjoy your favorite program. But the flexibility of being able to bring it around, and what got this really excited for me is I have a 10-year-old that loves to invite his friends over, and as a matter of fact, just this weekend, they had a sleepover. I brought it up to his room and we projected it right on the ceiling with the 100-degree cradle stand, and they watched a movie before turning in for the night, which was great.
All right, so you can splash up to a 100-inch image onto your ceiling or onto a wall, side of a tent, even outside. And there's no built-in battery, but as you're saying, you can connect it to a power bank, like one of those portable battery chargers that you may have for your smartphone, or it does come with an AC plug for when you are indoors. You would plug it into the wall.
Yeah, and we're going to have a few accessories that you can purchase as optional. We have a battery kit that will work with it. We even have a socket adapter that you can basically connect it to a socket for, let's say, track lighting, or having it hang off the ceiling and project an image on the table and kind of do some sketches and drawings. And so there's a lot of flexibility, even carrying cases and even skins. If you wanted to change the color of the Freestyle, we're going to give you 3 options to make a change rather than just the plain white.
Yeah, very cool. So I was just going to say it is white. We should clarify. And it does automatically adjust the focus and whatever angle it's on, which may not be perfectly aligned with the wall. Can you talk to us a bit about both of those?
Yeah, that's definitely one of the highlight features. And if anyone knows anything about projectors, sometimes getting the image to look square, centered, if you've heard the term keystoning, and even getting it to focus properly. Now, this projector comes equipped with an automatic sensor that's going to optimize and adjust accordingly. So whether you have to move the image off to the side, or if it's a little lower, or there's an object in the way, or even just moving it back and forth, and even leveling. Not every ground surface is going to be exactly level. The projector is going to do this autofocus, auto keystone, and auto leveling within 1 second, and automatically optimize the picture wherever it's being projected.
Very cool. We're chatting with Jeff Ingram, National Training Manager at Samsung Electronics, talking to us about the Freestyle a new portable projector that has a ton of features to it. Now, you hinted at this earlier, Jeff, but can you elaborate on the different ways to get content to splash to your wall? So you can connect your phone. Is that through a cable or is it wireless?
Yeah, but best of all, you have a full smart TV operating system within the projector itself. So all your favorite apps like Netflix, Disney, YouTube, which is great because you don't even have to worry about connecting any devices to it.
And then how much does the Freestyle cost?
It's $8.99, and you can get more information on Samsung.com.
Always great to chat with you, Jeff. Haven't seen you in a while, but hope that changes, and hope you have a great spring.
Thanks, you too, Mark.
And thank you for tuning in to Tech It Out this hour. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to ASUS and Western Digital, the sponsors of this program. Happy Easter once again to those who celebrate, and we'll catch up with you next weekend for another episode of Tech It Out. Bye-bye for now.